Hello there, thanks so much for checking this out. I'm coming to you from my home studio in Chicago, Illinois. My name is Chris DeCause from Learning to Learn, and in this video I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to get started using the Rolla Bolla. So, first things first, what is a Rolla Bolla? The Rolla Bolla itself is a small platform, usually a rectangular wooden board, like this. And it is placed on top of a cylinder roller, like this, and like so. Now, engaging in Rolla Bolla is to stand on top of the board and balance on the cylinder roller while keeping both ends of the board off the ground. This kind of balance training strengthens crucial stabilizer muscles in your body, can sharpen your focus, and can improve overall health and well-being. Rolla Bolla is very accessible, inexpensive, and fun right from the start. You can purchase these basic materials right here from your local hardware store for about $12. Okay, let's talk about the board. When you buy your wood, make sure that it's wide enough for your foot to fit comfortably on it, long enough that you can stand shoulder width apart on top, but not too much longer. I'd say no more than a foot beyond shoulder width. And then strong enough to bear your weight and not flex when stood upon. If the available boards are too long, you can have them cut to size at the hardware store. Now, as for the cylinder roller, you can use a piece of PVC pipe. You're going to want to get one with a pretty big diameter. This one I have here is about 4 inches in diameter. And when you buy it, you might have to buy a whole length of PVC pipe, like I did, but they can cut this down for you at the store. You're going to want to have it cut down to the width of the board that you chose. Once again, the PVC pipe should be the same width as the board. By the way, if you try Rolla Bolla and you find that you enjoy it, you can find high-quality Rolla Bollas online with super fancy features like grip tape and blockers that prevent slipping out. Also, look up bongo board as well. They're very similar. And that's it. Time to start balancing. Okay, step 1. Finding the ideal spot to practice Rolla Bolla. The ideal surface for the Rolla Bolla is smooth and flat. Hardwood floors, concrete walkways, very thin carpet or rugs, or a yoga mat make great surfaces to practice Rolla Bolla. Now, the Rolla Bolla moves slower on soft surfaces like carpet and faster on hard surfaces like hardwood floors. So, first timers may want to practice on a soft surface before trying a hard surface. And remember, balancing can be unpredictable. So when you're practicing, make sure your area is clear of people, pets, and valuables. Okay, step 2. Standing on the board and getting off the ground. There are a wide variety of ways to situate yourself on top of the board, but we will start with this position. Standing at attention with our feet flat on the board, about shoulder width apart and parallel with one another, and our knees loose, not locked. Now, place the board on top of the cylinder so that the cylinder is perpendicular to the board's length, like so. Make sure that the majority of the board is on the side of the cylinder that is touching the ground. This will allow for a slower and more controlled lift off the ground. When the majority of the board is on the side of the cylinder that is in the air, it will shift quite rapidly once taken off the ground and could potentially throw you off balance. Start by steadying yourself with a wall or a chair and feel what it's like to lift the board off the ground. Move yourself side to side across the cylinder and feel it out. As the board moves, you will have to shift your body weight accordingly between your feet. When more of the board is on the left side of the cylinder, you need more weight on the right foot. And when more of the board is on the right side of the cylinder, you need more weight on the left foot. To actively move the board from side to side, you need to lift one knee to angle the board and let it roll. If you lift your right knee, the board moves to the left. And if you lift your left knee, the board moves to the right. In this position, we are using our knees to compensate for the movement of the board. Your leg movement should be straight up and down, like a marching movement. If you are pushing out in front or behind you, the board will start to spin, lose its perpendicular relationship with the cylinder, and make it more difficult to balance. Let's see, right about there. Yes, just as I suspected. Oh yeah, so in these demonstrations I've been wearing my socks. But if you have your board set up like I do, with no grip tape, please put on your shoes or use your bare feet so that you don't slip off. That'd be great. Step 3. Remove the crutch. Time to try and balance without holding on to anything. Set up and stand on your board. Lift your arms out to your sides to aid in balancing. Very slowly start to put weight on the foot that is on the shorter side of the board and lift the other end off the ground. Start with tiny little hops until you're comfortable with the feeling of lifting off the ground on the roller. It feels a lot like falling, so it can take some time to convince your body that everything will be fine. Eventually, we want to be able to balance off the ground for as long as desired. This starts by setting small goals. Start by trying to stay up for 3 seconds. Master staying up for 3 seconds. Then try 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Keep upping the goal, and in time you will no longer need to count. And this is crucial. Give yourself positive reinforcement each time you succeed. Every time that you succeed, say something out loud like yes or correct. Let your brain know that you did what you wanted to do. Okay, here's some tips for staying off the ground. 1. The Rolla Bolla will require your full attention when you first start. You must be there for it and listen to it as closely as you can so that you can react appropriately. Mental distraction can throw you off balance. Let any mental processes that are not needed for the Rolla Bolla to dissolve. When you're in the air, it's just you and the Rolla Bolla. 2. You have to want it. If you feel like you're about to lose control and touch the ground, fight that feeling. Don't give up. Be safe, of course, but try your hardest to steady yourself again. Gravity is continuously asking that you come to the ground, so you have to continuously reply, "Nope, not today." Step 4. Variations and combinations. You can situate yourself in many different ways on the Rolla Bolla. Each position feels different and requires individual attention to gain competence. Every new position will increase your competence with the Rolla Bolla, as well as your overall balance off the board. So here are a few positions to try. When you start to become very comfortable on the Rolla Bolla, it can be very fun to incorporate other movements and props. The Rolla Bolla then becomes a modifier for the many things you can do with your upper body. Have you ever juggled? Well, have you ever juggled on a Rolla Bolla? Try everything. Here are a few examples. Well, that's all for now. Thank you so much for your time, and have fun balancing. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment below, and please check out my Facebook artist page as well. Thanks again, stay focused, and keep moving. Bye-bye.